Hi, it's Nakama from Butterfly Play, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. Today I'm going to be talking about developing eye contact in children. Eye contact is really important because think about how many times you use it a day. When you talk to people, your boss, your family, your partner, your friends, anyone really. Giving that eye contact shows them that you care, that you're listening, and it helps you learn new things. It's a basis of social skills. And the younger we can teach it to kids, the better, because it will help them become more naturally part of them. Some children do have difficulty with eye contact, and we're going to talk about different ways to help make it easier for them. I'm not using any children in this video today, so I'm going to be using my friend here, Betty, just for reference. One thing we're going to want to keep in mind when we're doing this is to try to figure out why is this child having a hard time with the eye contact. Could it be that they're tired, hungry? Always good to look at those easy physical answers first. Could it be that they are really into what they're doing so they don't want to look up at you? Could it be that they're feeling shy? Maybe they have a hard time processing the listening and the looking at the same time. That's just too much for them to have to look at you and also listen to what you're saying at the same time. So it's easier for them to look down. So all these things, figuring out what is going on can really help us approach this in the right way. And if you're not sure, that's okay too, but it's something good to keep in mind, like why is my child having a hard time right now? So when we work on eye contact, we may want to make sure that it's not too overwhelming for the child, because that will make it even harder for them to look at you. This especially applies to children who are having a hard time with that processing of looking and listening at the same time. So we're gonna wanna keep it low and slow and just be like this. First I'll show you what we don't wanna do. Betty, look at me, Betty, look at me. As parents and educators, sometimes we feel that want to raise our voice and to raise our volume when we see that we're not being listened to. But a lot of times that will have the opposite effect, and the best way to do it is just to lower our voice, stay very calm, and that will help them feel comfortable enough to look at what we're doing. Betty. Give them a few seconds. It's important just to make sure they hear what you're saying. Betty. Hi. Car. Even when she looks at me, I don't get all wow, I just still keep it calm because I want her to stay with me. Now, some children, it's the opposite. You'll have to really be exciting to get them to look at you. But every child is different, and it's safe to try it in a calm way and see what happens. Here's another important thing. Number 2, we got to keep it motivating. We could use games, we could use songs, we can use the most exciting toy, we can use bubbles, we can use silly voices like Betty. I forgot to turn her around. Betty. If that's not your thing, that's okay. It's important to keep it natural in a way that works for you. But I'm going to show you what I do with the peekaboo scarf, and that's actually one of the best ways to get their attention. Betty. And if they're not looking, you can kind of shake it near them. Betty. Ah, peekaboo. And that scarf just takes it over the top for some reason. What's another great thing about it, especially if you have a sheer scarf like this, you can put it over their head and give them a turn to do it too, as long as they're not scared. So that's always nice. Another great thing to do is the tried and true, hold the toy up right next to your face, like this. Oh, Betty, look at the car, vroom, 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 vroom. You got them interested in the car. They want to see this exciting toy. So automatically, they're going to be looking at your eyes. And you can do this whenever you break out a new toy. Like, oh, now we're going to switch to Play-Doh. Oh, look, let's have some Play-Doh fun now. And make it exciting. But again, holding it next to your face gives that automatic, oh, I'm gonna look at your eyes because I'm looking at the toy. And you can do this throughout the play. You can make a little Play-Doh ball and put it on your nose and different things like that. As long as you know you're having it near your eyes, that will work. Another great way to get the child to look at you is to get into the play, get into what they are doing. So I'm going to give you an example here. So let's say Betty's playing with her train. She's just super into that. She does not want to look at me right now. I'm going to take my car and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, crash. Now again, depending on the child, I may be way more animated, like crash. Or I just might keep it very calm and just be like, crash. That again depends on how overwhelmed that makes them. You'll see that as you go along. And another way to get into their play is to actually imitate what they're doing. So let's say she's making her train fly over here. Woo! I'll take my car and I'll just do the same thing. Oh, we're flying. Flying, vroom, 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 vroom. And that gives them that feeling of like, oh, she gets me. She sees what I'm doing. She's with me. And a lot of times they'll kind of look at you. That will catch them because you're doing what they're doing. Another tip is to use pauses. For example, make those dramatic pauses. That's a lot of fun. I have my bubbles. Take them out. Start blowing my bubbles. There's bubbles everywhere. Everyone's having a great time. She's popping the bubbles like crazy using her unicorn horn. And I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stop like this. So she sees I'm not putting it away, but and she'll look to see what happened. The second I get that eye contact, I'm going to blow more bubbles again because I don't want to make it too hard. I just want to encourage that eye contact and make sure she's still with me. If this doesn't work right away, it's okay. Things take time. Really, things are a process, and that's how life is. But consistency is really, really important. That's why it's so important to make things manageable for you. So you can set really manageable, measurable goals like, I will work on eye contact 5 minutes twice a day for 2 weeks and see what happens from there. Because you are your child's teacher and you're the best teacher they could have. You just showing up, being there and trying can help more than you could even imagine. And I've seen that so many times. I'm going to wrap up with a quick summary of everything with the visual just to make it, easier to remember. I'm also going to have a printout that you could click on the link and print out just the list of different tips so you could have it with you if you'll find that helpful. But first, if you enjoyed my video, please subscribe and press the like button for more content. Okay, so here we go. Here is what we did so far. Number 1, keep it low and slow. We don't want to overwhelm them with too much going on at once. Number 2, keep it fun. Use toys, songs, silly voices, peekaboo, and that will be that natural motivating way to get them to look at you. Number 3, if you're going to try to call their name, which is great if they'll respond to that, make sure to wait those few seconds to make sure they process what you're doing. Number 4, hold that toy up next to your eyes. Make that little Play-Doh clown nose and put it right on your nose. Anything that will bring the attention to your eyes is already a start in the right direction because practice makes perfect. The more they're doing it, the more they're practicing. Join their game. Crash your train into their train. Copy whatever thing they are doing, whether it's jumping, spinning, making something fly, making the animals drive, building. Join them. Use those pauses. Blow the bubbles and stop and wait. Make the lion be about to jump off into the swimming pool and wait. Put the scarf on your head to do the peekaboo and wait. And most important of all, just keep going. Even if it doesn't work right away, don't give up. Be consistent and make manageable goals that work for you, that you can really meet. Good luck on this journey, and I hope to see you again soon.